JHB Performance Horses. I'm here. This is a 2-year-old stud colt. His name's Soggy. He's owned by JHB Sport Horses, or John and Diana Luft from Jaffrey, Alberta, or not Alberta, BC. We've done about a week's worth of groundwork on him. He's a very kind of confident, cocky 2-year-old. He's pretty good size for a 2-year-old. He's ready to go do a lot of work. Like I said, we've done about a week's worth of just groundwork. Teaching him how to lunge around, teaching him some voice commands and whatnot. And today we're gonna saddle him up and see how that goes, and maybe ride him for the first time. And like I said, he's a very cocky, confident. He's very confident in himself. He's very spunky. Got a lot of sass. And we try not to break too much of that, because I like a horse with some attitude and some grit and some try to him. Horses like him usually have that, but we have to teach him how to contain it and pay attention. Right now there's a 2-year-old filly tied up to the hitching rail over there, and he's super interested in her. But I'm trying to teach him that when I'm out here working with him, then he needs to pay attention to me and what's going on. So I'm gonna just start by doing some sending and get him moving around, see if he's paying attention, how much fresh do I have to get off of him before he'll pay attention, or what kind of attitude he's got today. Like I said, he likes to just be a little bit defiant, and like not in a terrible way. He hasn't like struck out at me or kicked at me or anything like that, but he'll shake his head and kind of do stuff like that. So I just give him a little smack, say, hey, knock it off. Just trying to get him to quit being like, more or less he's like a teenage boy at this stage. His mind's everywhere but here, so we're just gonna get his mind back here right now. And that's why I changed directions quite a bit, just to make sure that he's paying attention to me. Like right there, he changed directions good, but he's not, like, he needs to not do that when he does it. And so we'll do this until he quits being kind of, like I said, arrogant. He's still trying to decide who's the boss. And like I said, I don't want to just come in here and knock him around and beat on him, because that would just break his spirit, and I don't want to do that. I want, like, at the end of the day, especially if I go to compete on this horse one day or something like that, I want some of this. I want some grit and some try. I just want it to be contained. I want him to listen. There. That's a little better. Little head shake, but, you know. And so we're just gonna start by doing this. He's still got a lot of energy. There, that was better. Well, maybe. And right now I haven't actually asked him to trot around. He's just got that much energy and a little bit of the sass to him right now. There. I really just want him to walk around, not be pulling on me. He's trying to get ahead. Trying to look at the girls, or girl, but that was better. He's paying attention. I didn't have to step out in front of him as much that time. Get your head in here. And really, like right there, he's going around, but he's looking out of the arena, the round pen still, looking at all the other horses. I want him to, see right there, he's kind of push on me. He's trying to see what he can get away with. And I'm very clear I have some boundaries that I've set, and coming through this circle and coming towards me is one of them that they can't do. I can't have a horse get comfortable just blowing through my personal space, because that's how you, especially with a stud. He's plan with him is to castrate him later this summer, but like I said, I can't have a horse that is just disrespectfully walking through my space. And I have a bubble basically about as big as this, the end of this lunge whip here, that when I change directions, he should step away like that when he comes around. And if I can reach out and poke him in the ribs after, then I will, because I want him to change directions, step across, and not come through like that. So that's why, and I'll go back. There, that way's better. And I go this way. Better. That time he kind of rolled back, stepped around, and then he goes back to being a little bit disrespectful. Trying to look over there at the girl. That's why right there you see me shake that whip at him, just saying, hey, when we change directions, like I said, I want to have a very clear, like I don't want any horse, really, doesn't matter if he's a stud or not. I don't want any horse just comfortable walking through my space, because that's how you, like, if something were to happen and he's comfortable just coming through my space, say someone makes a loud noise, a car backfires in the parking lot, wherever you are, and he's just comfortable running through your space, well, it's never going to cross his mind that he shouldn't just run over top of you. And so if you set these ground rules early and you never waver from them, then I'm not saying it will save your life in that instance, but there's a way better chance if your horse isn't comfortable coming through your space, that maybe he'll step around you, than if he's just used to just coming through your space all the time, walking right up into your grill. Then something happens, he's still not paying attention, so I'm gonna hustle his feet around a bit and get out here in front of him. Say, hey, it's time to pay attention, buddy. Now the round pen, it rained yesterday, the round pen's a little slick, but that's better. Like I said, I tried to start out slow, but he just showed that he wasn't ready to pay attention all the way. So I started to hustle his feet, move his feet a little bit more. Take a little air out of him. There. Good job. You see his head come down a little bit. His ears start looking over here towards me, so that he can pay attention to what I need him to do. Then we'll go back. Easy. Oh boy. Go back to easy. Get a walk. Easy. And I try to work on these voice commands on the ground so that when I get on top of him, I don't got to kick on him or whip on him near as much to get him moving. His head's starting to come up. That's pretty good. He's still, I don't know if he's, I don't know what that is in there, but we'll get that out of him. There. Better. There. Better. Like I said, just trying to work on some voice commands. Like when I cluck at him like that, so if I cluck in a faster, higher tempo rhythm, that means I want him to move faster. Now if I want him to lope off, I'll smooch at him, and then I'll smack the ground. Good boy. There. And that way when I get on his back, I can just smooch at him. And he'll lope off is the hope or the goal. And if you can instill this in them before you get on their back, you have to spend as much time kicking on them. Wear your legs out or whipping on them where you start to get a reactive horse. Instead, you can just have them respond to your cues like that, and it's way easier. You can have a way more simple ride. There. Easy. It's also important that you don't let them be comfortable loping around on the wrong lead. So right there, you picked up that correct lead. Easy. Oh boy. That's one thing that's real important when you're doing this exercise is if your horse is on the wrong lead or he's crossfiring in the back or doing something else, don't just keep driving them like that and don't let them get comfortable doing something wrong. And loping around, even in the round pen, on the wrong lead is wrong. So I'll bring him back and I'll ask him to go again until he picks up that correct lead, and then I won't pick on him near as much. I'm trying to instill, we're going around to the left right now. I'm trying to instill in him that if we're going to the left like this, that when he goes to lope off, he should pick up his left lead. Oh. And then when we're going the other way, easy. We're gonna wait until we get him to walk. Easy. Oh boy. Easy. See, now he's got a little fresh knocked off him, and he's paying attention a lot better. He's got his ears kind of over here pointing towards me. His head's a little bit lower. He's a more willing participant. And maybe that, I mean, like I said, a 2-year-old stud colt especially is probably the equivalent in my mind to like a 12, 13-year-old boy. They got a lot of energy. They got some testosterone running through them, and you gotta kind of, like I said, I didn't come in here and knock him around. I don't want to beat that out of him. I just want him to realize that he's gonna get tired if he wants to spend a lot of energy, and that's why we spend this time on the ground early. But if he wants to spend all that energy, then he's gonna get tired. If he wants to be good, he's not gonna get tired near as quick. And you can teach a horse that early on, and pretty soon that'll translate to everything else that they're doing. He's been trotting around pretty nice. So I'll smooch at him. There. And try not to nag at him. I'm trying to tell him that when I smooch, I want you to lope until I ask you to stop, slow down. Good. I don't want to nag him the whole time. So that time I kind of chased him with the whip a little bit. Easy. Oh boy. Easy. Keep going. Easy. Now there's also a line you can cross when you're doing this, and you can knock too much air out of him, and that's when you get into trouble. Easy. He's still got lots of energy, but he's starting to think. Easy. Good. Keep going. He thinks he wants to be done, but we're not done yet. Easy. I just want him to walk. I haven't said the word yet. Look at him looking, chewing. There you go. Oh. Because I want that word, when I say whoa, I want that to mean stop. So I don't use that word when I'm trying to slow him down a little bit because he's going. I'll say easy. Easy doesn't mean stop, it means slow it down. And a part of it's the cadence of your voice, or how it sounds, more than the actual word. But like I said, it's real important not to misuse cues, or like if you want him to slow down, don't sit. And like, it depends on what you want out of a horse, but for me, I want one, when I say easy, I want him to slow down. That's what that means. If I say whoa, I want him to stop. Now I'm going to do some softening exercises while he's catching his breath. Just let him get soft. Practice if I was to get on him, I need him to bend his nose and get soft. Oh boy. Now I'm gonna do this as if I'm on, no, I don't want you to move. That way I could pretend I was on his back, and I'm just sitting up here and I just want to bend him around. Get soft. Now, this is the first time I've done it this way, so it's a little bit confusing, but I don't want to have to. In the past, I've done this where I go around both sides every time, and then when I get on their back, because I haven't done this like this without going around in front of him, then when I switch sides, then they'll react for some reason. So anyways, while I'm letting him catch his breath, I'm teaching him that he needs to still pay attention. He's looking over there. And I want you to get soft. Now before I can get on him, he's got to... No, you're trying. He's trying to figure it out. There you go. But he's gotta know how to give to pressure. Because as soon as I get on him, if I can't get control of his nose like this, then I'll be in trouble. And so I spend a lot of time doing this, getting him soft. Oh boy. And then also, I'll take this lead rope and I'm gonna bend him around. And this is the start of, no. This is the start of getting him to follow his nose. And I'll cluck to him and get him to follow his nose. And then we'll do it the other way. I'm gonna get him to bend. Well, I'm doing it this way so it's more realistic to if I was on his back. And then get him to follow his nose. Oh boy. Oh boy. He's real interested in that mare over there, aren't you? But so now we'll go. And I already did this to him last week, getting him used to being kind of sacked out with a saddle and saddle pad. I have put the saddle on his back and got him used to me throwing it on his back, but I've never cinched it up yet. So this is going to be the very first time that he's ever been cinched up. And it's real important when you get to here and you're getting ready to cinch him up that you don't waste a lot of time right here. I'm not going to pull that tight because I'm not ready yet. Oh. Now he could do whatever he wants. He could take off bucking. As long as he bucks, I'm not hitting him with the whip, I'm just chasing him. Making him hustle. And as soon as he quits bucking, like I said, I didn't sit there and spank him with the whip that whole time around. I slapped the ground, but I'm just letting him know if he wants to buck and be bronky, and he's still kind of feeling that way, but he's not bucking right now, so I'm not chasing him with the whip, just letting him figure it out. Oh boy. Like I said, this is his very first time being cinched up. Get him switch sides. Let him go this way. He's still kind of hogging around there. Step out in front of him. Oh boy. Now, I kind of messed up. I didn't get that saddle as tight as I should have. It's still staying on his back, which is important. I'm going to look for a spot here when he's paying attention. Relax a little bit. Bring him down. Let him relax. Oh. Oh. I'm going to come over here and try to resituate this. Tighten it up a little bit. Because the last thing in the world, like I said, I just about messed up right there. But the last thing in the world that you want to do is let your saddle fall off the side and get tangled up under the horse, or fall underneath him and get tangled up. That will just make this whole experience so traumatic. He will develop some kind of bad habit and have some kind of reaction to being saddled every time. Now he's still pretty upset about having a saddle on his back. He's starting to settle into it, but part of it's got his brain shut off and he's leaning around and he's starting to get tired. So depending on how this goes, today might not be the day to ride him, because if you knock too much air out of him and you get on their back, then you end up with a pretty sulky horse, and you can't get anything accomplished when you're doing that. Now, I don't know why he's deciding to drop like that, but oh, just step over. Oh, just let him breathe. Oh boy. Just relax. He's still pretty upset. And that's fine. This is all part of the process. He kind of kicked out at that, so I just said, hey, you're going to do that, you're going to get to work. Step over here. Like I said, I'm not really like trying to stop him from being upset or having a bad deal there. I'm just going to redirect his feet, get him paying attention again. Now that wasn't too bad. His little buck around, that wasn't too bad at all. You can't be disrespectful no matter what's going on. No, I never asked you to elope. Like I said, he's still just trying to figure out. It's okay if you slow down. Good. It's not one time that whole time that I asked him to lope around. I was just getting him to walk around. Get used to feeling that saddle on him. You still got to pay attention, bud. And that's kind of how these go. Easy. Oh boy. And we knocked quite a bit of air out of him. Well, that's fine. We're also going to use that. Oh. Oh. Huh? Is it? And we're just going to kind of come over here and act like we're loosening and tightening this again. Oh boy. Let him breathe. Soften him up. Good boy. I think it was watching you. Come over here. Get him to soften up. Oh, he's catching his air. You can always learn something. Good. Kind of desensitize him. You're okay. Hey. Now, because he started to walk off right there while I was doing that, and this is where you use him being a little bit tired to your advantage. Desensitize him a little bit, let him catch his air. If he starts to walk off, then he's going to get a little more tired because he's going to spend more time. But he's going to, right here he's learning that if he just stands here, he's not going to expend any more energy. Good boy. I think you're okay. Kylie. Just let him walk around. And this is part of him being tired. He's going to lean on you. Good boy. Oh boy. Right there. Pretend like we're on his back. Just gotta follow his nose. Good boy. And this will all translate when you're on top of him. I'm gonna pull him around. As soon as he gives, there. Follows his nose. Good boy. Like I said, sometimes in the past, I might just go ahead and climb on him right here. But, well, and I still might. I'm going to let him catch his air a little bit. I don't want him too soaked up or upset. Just keep working on him, following his nose. Work on following your nose. Oh boy. Right here, there. Oh boy. Like I said, this all translates once you get on their back. I'm gonna pull his nose. Get him to follow it. If I was up on his back, I'd pull his nose. Get him to follow it. Oh boy. Oh. 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 Come up here. Get him to soften. Oh boy. Huh? He's a boy. I said good boy, did I not? Oh, well, I thought I said good boy, but like I said, just do some desensitizing while you let him catch his air. Oh boy. Pretend like I'm kicking him in the belly. Oh boy. Oh. Pretend like I'm about to get on him. Oh, soften. Oh boy. Just chill. Oh. Same thing on this side. Whatever you do to one side, you should always do to the other. Soften. Oh boy. Drive him with this side. Oh boy. Pretend like I'm gonna keep his head. Oh boy. Oh, yeah, I might. Huh? Why? Has it? That's fine. I think I will though. I'm liking how this is going. Wouldn't that be something for you? Right? I don't know, I might just get up on him and bend him around, let him sit here for a little bit, but who knows, we'll see. Same thing. Warn him I'm coming. We're just gonna unlock his feet. Get him to take a couple steps. Oh. Get him to soften. Right here. Oh boy. And then we'll go the other way. Now this is always fun because sometimes just because I've seen you on one side, and then same thing. Oh. Oh. Oh boy. Get him to soften the other way. Oh. Just about. He wants to buck a little bit, but we're just gonna get him to, hey, walk around. can still feel he's got a little hump in his back. So we're just gonna walk him around. Now, I'm not gonna stop him if he wants to buck. Like, I'm not gonna grab on his face and hold him back. I will turn him. So, right here, we're just unlocking his feet. Just letting him know we clucked at him. Oh boy. Walk him around. And he's still pretty upset. He's got a little hump in his back. So I might try to bronc him around just to get that out of him, but I'm gonna try not to. See right there? If he wants to do that, I'll kick him in the belly and tell him to knock it off. Let him know. Don't you bite me. He's still pretty upset about it, so we're just gonna walk him around. You wanna? All the way through here. Letting him know if he wants to have an attitude about it, it's going to be worse than if he'd just be a willing participant. Good boy. When he's being all happy and walking around, being a good boy, nothing bad will happen. You don't want to be a willing participant, you're going to get chastised for it. Now the way he's acting, I'm just going to keep going because he still hasn't quite just accepted that this is something that's going to happen. He's still pretty upset about it, so but overall, honestly, he's following his nose. Now, I promise you, I'm not too cowboy. I will grab the back of my saddle. And I'm not ashamed of it. Some guys will call you a sissy. I don't care. This kind of stuff is where there. See right there, he was kind of kicking out, being upset about that. Now I'm going to get him to trot around, let him deal with some of his feelings, but We're nowhere where we could quit now. Hey. Well, that's fine. Oh boy. Oh. He's kind of an ornery, sorry cuss, but that's fine. I guess not, but he's just sulking. But that's okay. I don't care. We're just gonna keep riding him around, rolling back in the fence. Honestly, I've had way worse and ended up with a really good product. Oh, say whoa. Bend him around. Oh. 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 He hasn't. That's fine. Oh. Oh boy. Just gonna soften up. And like I said, this is kind of where you start. He's pretty tired, so I'm gonna start trying to get to the end of this ride, but there's some things that he has to do before we can just be done. Oh boy. And being sorry about it isn't one of them. We're just gonna go, whoa, whoa. Just one rein, stop him. Oh. Soften. There you go. And you know, even as upset as he got and kind of sorry and sad, he never like stiffened up and shut his head up, his brain off completely. He still got his ears perked up. He's still licking and chewing. He did try to bite me quite a few times, but that's, you know, that's just fine. This is my first time being on him. And he doesn't, this is his first time with something on his back. So we're not gonna chastise him too bad for that. I'm just gonna sit up here. Bend him around. Oh boy. Pat on him, good boy. Oh, good. That was way better. That time he moved around when I clucked to him. Oh, right here. You can't, you have to go back if they walk off when you go to get off. And I'm going to drag my foot across his butt while I'm doing that. He goes to walk off. He better not bite me. That's gonna suck, but oh. And we're gonna pull all this off him right now. I don't know, good job. That's kind of my, like, the best way I know how to release at the end of that is as soon as we're done, everything goes away. Hey, boy. Oh, boy. Pet on him, love on him. Anyways, thanks. That's a first ride on Soggy. It wasn't the prettiest ride in the world, but it wasn't the worst one I've ever had. So we'll take that as a win and check back in tomorrow.